Awesome.
All right, we are so back.
We are ready to watch some good gameplay.
Good Marvel Rivals coming at you, folks.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
And again, it's one of those things, the bands
Someday I'd like to
making a
see
big impact.
I have
They really
brought
do.
all of it to the surface.
You did?
So you
You might be
see
surprised where.
pretty crazy bands on the side of Clearbrook Red. They want to get rid of a couple DPS. Of course, the low.
The battle starts in 5, 4,
Yeah, it looks
3,
like
Here we go.
2,
First to 3.
1.
Championship game between Clearbrook Red and Stafford Gold. Let's go.
Let's see what we're doing.
Tuesday in our family.
Magic leading the charge for Stafford.
Let's see Ultron coming out for Clearbrook Red, as well as Daredevil for Stafford Gold.
Cross good damage here on.
Dangerously low, but luckily still able to survive the onslaught. Just when I say that, Moon Knight does fall on the side of Clearbrook Red.
Like, Clearbrook has taken
That's kind of what I was worried about. The amount of damage they can output with Stafford Gold on the Daredevil kind of makes things a little bit harder to deal with. But just by saying that, Namor, your favorite character, finally getting on the kill feed with the Rocket Raccoon,
There we go.
disposing of the animal.
Oh man. Looks like Invisible Woman is trying her best.
Yeah, despite, Brook falling super early on for Clearbrook Red, they're still able to persevere and take early percentage lead on this first point.
Ultron gets some cheeky faraway hits. Namor here.
Again, how do you make this approach? How do you deal with this annoying Namor in the back line? All the while, Moon Knight constantly putting down these signals.
Heavy damage. How would you make a different approach to the question?
It's tough because you don't want to risk losing anybody early on in the fight by trying to do a face-on damage, but there are a couple tanks that you can play that can kind of circumvent that. I'd like to see a change maybe at some point in time, but it's not going to see it anytime soon. Tons of ults lined up here for Clearbrook Red. See Moon Knight going to come in hard. Ooh.
Hulk is out on the field for Stafford Gold. And he's doing heavy damage.
Yeah, and this was talking about making that change, swapping over to the Hulk. I feel like that's a great character to deal with some of that frontline damage, but it doesn't matter when Namor's still alive in the back line and just camping every single time with the tridents on the assist. The desperation touch from Stafford Gold is only going to be met to no avail. You can see Hulk trying desperately to survive, but not going to make it happen. One army versus everybody.
Definitely. And Clearbrook Red with the first point.
All right, excellent start here for Clearbrook Red.
And that's who we're kind of expecting to take that first point.
Yeah, right. They're undefeated. Trying to keep that undefeated streak going.
For sure.
Imagine early teleport as well.
Get ready.
Doctor Strange.
For sure.
Mutants have reached the ultimate stage of evolution. Form organic life.
Do have Rocket Raccoon's ult. Should help out with the damage quite a bit.
We have a lot of players still really close to their ult.
4, 3, 2,
Right, so I do want to see some aggression on the side of Stafford Gold just so they can actually
got it?
take advantage of their huge ult.
I'd rather be hunting dragons
advantage.
and the like.
Yeah.
But I suppose saving the universe will do.
I just
Spider
saw
Gwen.
use his penny.
Wherever they are, they'll look ugly.
Strange taking a strong defense at this point.
Yeah, playing very aggressive, very confident.
I like that. And Clearbook Red takes a point.
The eyes of Agamotto. And he does kind of equalize a little bit, getting a pick themselves. Magneto, popping ultimate, no connection though.
And it is just punch after punch to both sides.
Yeah, I can see why Clearbrook Red's undefeated right now.
They are just aggressive and mean and are confident in their power.
Confidence really does go a long way.
It really does. And it kind of shows through their play styles.
Yeah, especially with decision making in this game, it's super important because when you decide to make a commitment on ultimate or even some crucial util, you gotta make sure everybody's in sync with it.
Definitely. Strange in some trouble there, and he falls.
See, that's the only thing about playing confident, playing aggressive like that. You will get caught out a few times.
Definitely.
The Frost can easily stun you in your spot.
And looks like she takes out the Magneto there.
Brook deciding to use Moon Knight ult as well.
There we go. Looks like
Sticky Rice popping ult.
I don't have to be center stage.
Dance floor on the point.
Namor getting a cheeky double kill there.
And you know, they do relinquish the point for just a few percentages, but
Still.
that's enough to kind of give him another opportunity, another fight.
Here we go. My favorite character, Namor, with his ult ready. Wonder if we will get the whale. Ooh, Hela in danger. Falls to Moon Knight.
So frustrating to deal with every time, right? Because the moment you try to make an approach, you're just getting caught out by some of those Moon Knight sigils and constant damage always being peppered into your backline.
Definitely irritating to deal with. And hard to fight. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Namor ult comes in strong.
And all the while, Spider-Gwen's ult popping on point, but not finding anything happening, despite how many mines are on site. Doctor Strange swipe as well.
The Frost doing really good damage to them.
Oh, you're bragging about the damage, but how about Ultron's damage? Big hole coming out from the painter.
Wow. Wait, get it done. And Clearbook Red with the second point.
Yeah, a very dominant first map on the side of Clearbrook Red. Map number 1 going to the way of the Red. Of course, gotta give MVP to Jamora. Again, Namor just being a pester in the backline throughout the entire map.
Definitely. And we like to see that. As a Namor main, you really have to just be that cheeky player.
Yeah, most teams going for that 2-2-2 comp. But again, Jamora, 29-0.
Wow.
Complete domination on the side of the name. I'd like to see a ban of that character next game.
And see how it affects them.
Right. But then again, Clearbrook could try to save the character.
Definitely. It could be what could be a determining factor within this next round.
Right, sway it into your favor. But again, when it comes to Marvel Rivals, I noticed that a lot of these strategists are very flexible.
Definitely. Everybody has that second character under their sleeve.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break while we figure out who the bans are going to be for map number 2. Stay tuned, everybody.
And we're back.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Back. Goodness
Well-
gracious, can I speak today?
Probably not.
Have you made your decision yet, Namor?
But I was worried about banning that Neymar, but it doesn't matter. You can just save it.
They saved it,
Carefully considered.
and Stafford Gold saved Wolverine.
The battle starts.
And
in
that's what you
5,
need to do, right? If you're going to have a character that's going to sit in that back line and be nice and patient, act like they're untouchable, gotta make that approach. And that's why you're seeing the Hulk come out and the Magneto.
Definitely.
So let's see if we can make it happen.
Let's see how Gold changes up their play strategy. Namor already back his injuries for damage.
I'd also like to maybe see a Psylocke as well. So if you want to make a dive comp, you make a full commitment to the dive.
Definitely. Wolverine getting at it on the road. Looking low.
I think his charge builds up, but he can't survive long enough to actually stay involved in the fight. So he has to back up, wait for his team to heal him up.
My time to shine.
Cloak and Dagger back on the field as well.
Definitely. And Ultron coming out. Doing some big damage already.
Yeah, and I like Clearbrook Red's positioning right here because you have to try to hold him in spawn door here because if you lose this fight, you can just fight again on the corner, you know, a few seconds later once they regroup.
Definitely.
The moon haunts you.
And ooh, Moon Knight ult coming in.
Oh, it's fast, man.
That was quick. But, you know, his sigils there do so much damage and add so much to his character.
So much to his toolkit.
Definitely. And the more squids are doing excellent damage right now.
Yeah, again, Clearbrook Red just being super dominant, just again pushing to their spawn door and not leaving them an inch.
Giving them no room to operate.
Okay, well, you know what? This is how we get some room. We put Cloak and Dagger on the point, give yourself some breathing room to actually play the game, and finally out of the spawn.
Yes. Finally. So we're getting some cart movement finally. But Clearbrook, just like you said earlier. Oh, wait. Ultron coming in with a good ult.
But a nice retaliation ult from Invisible just to kind of keep your team alive, make things a little bit harder for Ultron to make the approach. And you see that was a great ultimate turnaround because it gave Moon Knight an opportunity to just light up the kill feed. 3 big picks coming out from Rook.
Wow.
You stop
And
them in their tracks.
getting some good defense there, bro.
It's unfortunate, right? Because we made all that space with the one Cloak and Dagger ult, and it's immediately stripped
And
away.
it's just gone.
I suck. A little help, please.
Got Dance for as well for Mango Stick Rice. Oh, he's gonna steal the power.
Wow.
More damage, more ultimates on the side. They do get a trade, so they deal with this Wolverine. So now, again, Namor being able to be uncontested during this fight.
To put on a show.
And then Stafford Gold getting more cart movement again. Ooh, Lunar Snow. Not helping Stafford Gold there. Just healing that Clearbrook defense. And it's-
Yeah, you get somebody so low, and then all of a sudden this chick start dancing and keep everybody at full HP.
You know, it really made me want to listen to K-pop. And it really got me into it.
Oh, I made it.
Play that back
Oh,
line. They do steal him, but he's gonna be able to survive. No, he does not. First death of the series.
wow. Magneto having
Down to 30 seconds. They've made it happen.
That's what you need to see, right? Again, the Wolverine just being able to isolate targets and pull them away from the team.
definitely.
Better stop that vehicle.
I really
Everybody needs a hand sometimes.
like to see
There's still a
these
chance to
tanks
stop them.
work better together to
The
keep
final 10 seconds.
the Stafford Gold movement going. They're doing a great job, but
They hit
Interesting.
checkpoint.
if they were able to get a stronger line of defense for Stafford, I'd like to see how much improvement we would get.
And I'm surprised. They actually decided to relinquish the first point altogether and go back to holding spawn doors. Moon Knight being used as well as Cloak and Dagger point. Oh no!
Oh,
Huge Magneto ball straight to the back line, and despite those 2 ultimate commitment from the side of Stafford Gold, means absolutely nothing.
I like the cold.
Clearbrook, again, just dominating.
Namor subjects are tenacious. Your attacks are futile.
Like to see they're trying to match the comps, right?
Yeah.
I saw Moon Knight for a little bit, and now Track going over to the Namor just trying to match the amount of damage output that they have.
Yeah, and
I suck.
oh, it's so difficult because they're all so well rounded.
Got a lot of HP on the side of Clearbrook Red, so that's why it really benefits Namor sitting in the back line. Rocky Raccoon ult pop just trying to output it more damage, but it's not going to matter.
Lots of healing and damaging coming out of this invisible one.
Yeah, and Punch, again, just every single time there's an ultimate that makes a face, they immediately use Invisible's ult to kind of isolate them into this little safe bubble.
And it's just got to be so frustrating to play against.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. You get an ultimate and you're like, okay, this is our time. We're gonna make some space. We're gonna get a pick here. Sight.
No. And
I suck.
it's like gonna get a little Moon Knight ultimate in here.
The move. Huge double kill once again. They do isolate the Moon Knight, but is he gonna fall?
Can he make it out? And I think he makes
Wow.
it. Wow. What a play by Rook Black here.
Luckily, he didn't commit his ultimate, but now only 15 seconds left. Gotta try to find an answer here.
Needs to push the card.
And the sigil being such an annoying to the back line. Broken down also, but no Moon Knight to save the day.
And
Oof.
overtime.
Instead, we got Emma Frost dancing her way to keep things nice and healthy on the payload. Here, Magneto again, letting it rock.
Kill.
Scorch.
Push to work to get things going.
Oh no.
Ooh, Namor's dead. Stafford's gold, moving the card.
And that was one of those ultimates at the last second, almost like desperation, just trying to find a last minute clutch pick, but
Definitely.
definitely want a refund there.
Better stop that vehicle.
Let's see if this Clearbrook defense will halt Stafford Gold.
They made it halfway.
We do have rogue ults here, but who do you want to try to copy? Oh, they call it out.
Rogo.
Oh no, getting really low, but still able to survive. That huge HP pool, 800 HP, impossible to fall, especially with the Invisigirl ult on site as well.
0.
I'm Stafford Gold. I'm not too disappointed because I mean that was actually a pretty far push, all things considered. They were being spawn held for the longest time.
For so long. Most of that match was at that front spawn. And I'm very glad we got to see some good push there. I am excited to see how Clearbrook Red does against this.
And that's the thing, when you're playing in this spawn door, you can kind of go to whatever picks you want.
Yeah, definitely.
Play a little bit more exotic with your choices.
Get a,
Maybe pull out a Hawkeye.
ooh, little Hawkeye action.
Probably not.
Definitely not. We got a little Human Torch though.
For the time being.
And Gambit. I am
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Our Gambit was banned.
no. I think he was last year. Daredevil's banned. Stafford's
There's a better
gold.
world out there beyond
Wait.
our tranquil shores, bub.
That's what I thought too, right?
Again? I thought they did. I'm not sure.
Looks like it.
It looks like it.
The battle starts
Hey,
in
which way?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Let's see how Clearbrook Red can make their attack.
Clearbrook Red banned Gambit for Stafford.
Help get that vehicle
Ah,
to its
That's
destination.
what I'm thinking. And immediately, Human Torch and Strange just carrying this Clearbrook Red.
Interesting. You know, Stafford Gold seeing that spawn door hold, not willing to replicate it.
It's just gonna be difficult. And Penny's mind is just gone already.
They deal with the Wolverine, but they immediately res him up, but it doesn't matter. Painter again. Human Torch, living kill feed.
Strange here.
To keep up with me, I know.
Great. Just great offensive pushing here.
That's the only thing I'm scared of. Like when you want to try to make that defensive hold on the corner, you give up so much space.
Definitely.
Almost there. Push her back down.
Sigil, lockdown.
We're not looking.
They do have time to touch.
Cheeky little kills. Wolverine missing the dive there.
Oh my.
Kill up tops.
And high ground completely absorbed by the Sigil, just making it impossible to stay up there. Try to get that power position, but it's not going to matter. First point finally capped here, but we got 5 minutes on the tame bank to get that little bit of meterage to be able to close out map number 2.
And it's just looking like a no-brainer.
Yeah, look at the ultimates that we have lined up, and no Moon Knight either. Yeah, tough ask.
Stafford Gold walking their way back to the card. Need a big stop.
The moon.
And there's
The
still
connection
a
has
moral.
Rook falling super low, but thankfully they're able to get healed here.
Oh,
but not
but
going to
Rook
get healed
falls.
for too much longer. Gamefish falls. They make the desperation teleport to get onto the point, but can they survive long enough to actually make this contest worth it?
And Strange fall.
And again, just set down the Sigil and set it and forget it. Make things real easy. And again, Wolverine has to make that approach. He has to go into the Sigil range to try to get an elimination, but it's only going to be met with more damage and more deaths as Clearbrook Red takes a 2-0 lead here in our series. Complete domination. It makes sense that they're undefeated.
One might say.
One more map away from closing out the series.
And
If you look at the
Good
kill
night.
feed again, I mean, Rook this time around, 44-3.
Wow. Just clear textbook work from Clearbrook here.
Yeah, playing very, very well. Making things really difficult for them to, anytime they even try to make that dive, you saw them make the changes, almost futile.
Yeah.
See, Gamefish only being able to get those 4 eliminations. Meanwhile, he's been in the fights, you know, very aggressively more than anybody else on their team.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can find a support that can actually tag in with them and go, you know, straight to the back line, straight to the heart of their team. Because I feel like they're not going to be able to get any type of footing without dealing with some of these strategists.
Definitely. And they just need to find the answer because their healing is just phenomenal for Clearbrook Red.
Yeah, almost 20K respectively for both supports. So playing very, very well. They really got to dig deep here in this, you know, third map, potential final map if Clearbrook Red wants to do a clean sweep.
Yeah.
Let's find out what they want to do.
And I mean, if you look at Stafford Gold, they have 23K healing, and they just need to find a way to stop dying.
All right, so take a quick break, find out the bans are, and we'll come right back.
Awesome.
seconds before you attack. Get ready.
All right, we are back for match number 3.
And I'm excited to see what goes on.
Stafford Gold got to dig deep here if they want to complete the reverse sweep. Our producer was excited for like 2.5 seconds. We saw a Jeff. No more.
It's
The
gone.
battle starts in 5, 4,
Want to show off my fit,
3,
my new shoes.
2, 1. You have
Oh,
to stop
map
them.
number
And we
3.
also-
Clear Brook Red trying to be flawless in this victory.
Doom is
Stafford
upon
Gold
us.
got to dig deep.
I expect we will face each other again.
And just
Good medicine.
instantly, Stafford Gold is going hard on spawn.
Hey, you got to, right?
Exactly. And this is what we need. This is the kind of play style we need for Stafford to try and get this reverse comeback.
Try to match the Moon Knight, but unfortunately falling first. Scorch quickly behind them.
And
Oh my God.
Human Torch instantly just in the back lines, just causing havoc.
And again, this is not BM. I really love to see the spawn door holds, because if you wind up losing this fight here, you give your team an opportunity to recontest back onto the objective.
Yeah.
And Aura still on the Namor, being a nuisance this entire time.
And now listen. It's just. Oh, we got some strange on strange action.
Whips on whips on whips. Doesn't matter. Rook swapping over to the Thor, Mjolnir in hand, and just lighting it up. They do actually give up a first tick. So this is
they
a
do.
win condition on the side of Stafford Gold.
Just Human Torch. Just getting after it.
Especially if you're playing Rocket
balls.
Raccoon, you're almost a sitting duck.
Oh, for sure. But you gotta find that pizzazz to move around as Rocket, to be able to place his tech that helps out your squad tremendously.
Oh, the eyes of Agamotto.
Oh,
Huge.
big damage from Strage here, and Rogue almost makes it. But guys,
It's unfortunate because like you need to have that balance of having something that has a little bit more damage, but also not being squishy enough to get blown up on every single time on an approach.
definitely.
Us against the world.
We do have a lot of ults for Stafford Gold here.
Broken Dagger ult being used, as well as Jamora popping the Namor. Foghorns and all, but again, you look at the Rock Raccoon ult on site, Invisible Woman popping the ult, trying to make things a little bit safer, but much harder to do when you lose 2 people. Human Torch turning people into human graves.
Wow. And is Invisible Woman gonna make it out of this? Looks like she does. And Clearbrook just.
I mean, look at that ult. Look at that fight. I mean, you use so many resources, so many ultimates just to get a few picks, just to get onto the payload, onto the objective, and to no avail, no success yet.
Yeah. And Punisher dying right there. Thor looking for his next target.
Oh, final 40 seconds gonna steal the power of Thor, the power of the God of Thunder. Trying to make some space, but unfortunately getting pushed back to the back line and gonna get caught out of position. Scorch is gonna fall.
Thor popping out there, looking for his next target.
Hey,
Finds
Scorch does
Daredevil.
find a pick though.
And gets Daredevil. Getting out of there, escaping. Rogue lurking him out. Attacking Magneto here.
Yeah, ripping him out of position. You see Master getting dangerously low, not gonna be able to survive again. They finally
Rogue.
dispose of the Human Torch, and maybe that's all they needed because Scorch going to the back line and starting to punch people senseless.
Oh, Rogue falls.
I am ready to put on
Daredevil
a show.
causing some havoc.
Daredevil on site, grounded. You can see him getting kind of looped out of spawn.
Very interesting portal placements here from Strange.
And they try to pop a Desperation Punisher roll, but unfortunately, there's no judicial system here.
Nice. And
The current score is 0.
40% for Stafford Gold. You know what that means? There's no chance of a draw.
Switch things up, including
Really?
which side
Yeah, do
you're
or
on.
die situation.
You'll need
Clearbrook Red have that win condition.
Brook Red needs to just come out here, dominate. And it looks like we're going to have some Jeff action on both sides of the team.
They just do that as fun. They just kind of bait you.
They're both going to switch away and dishearten both of us.
All right, it's one of those polarizing characters.
Wow. We love Jeff. Big Jeff supporter here.
Crazy, I haven't seen a whole lot of Deadpool either.
Same here. I feel like Deadpool's super versatile, especially could be a game changer here, but it's understandable that he's not used.
Yeah, he's one of the newer characters.
Yeah.
Either which way,
Eats
again,
candy.
Stafford Gold really got to play perfect from here on out if they want to try to keep this series alive.
The battle starts in
What?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
All you need to do is head to the
Clearbrook
mission
Red can
area.
win the whole
Got it?
tournament right now. 40%.
I had one of these
The Legends Fest High School title will be yours.
good medicine.
Let's see what's going to take out from here. Looks like Punisher up in that building causes some massive damage.
Ionic magic.
Dr.
Oh,
Strange
man.
causing some havoc right now.
Gamora getting the first pick. They do have the res thanks to the Rocky Raccoon, but it seems like it's only going to last for just a moment. Rocky Raccoon falling as well. And
They let
Jeff,
Jeff out.
no more animals.
3.
Get rid of them all off my screen. They finally get rid of the
Wow.
remainder of the team, and Clearbrook Red going to be able to
With the
sweep the
full
series
sweep.
with a clean 3-0.
0.
That was vicious.
Yeah, it just looks like another day in the park for them. They're not even popping off.
Popping knuckles. And clear 3-0 for Clearbrook Red against Stafford Gold.
Congratulations. Big round of applause. You can hear the crowd hyping them up. Undefeated.
Great games for both teams.
Yeah, very hard fought from both our competitors. Again, it was the run back. Fortunately, still going the way of Clearbrook Red. See the standings again, just pure domination. It's hard to really make an opening when you have DPS like that. So, all right, we'll take a short break, do our awards. Big congrats again to Clearbrook Red. We'll be right back.
All right, can we hear it for our runners-up? Come on. Yeah. Stafford Gold played a great day today. Congratulations. Thank y'all. And now if we can bring out our grand finals champions from Clearbrook, the Clearbrook Red. Come on. You can finish cleaning up after. All right. Grand finals champions, and we are going to be presenting them with their first place medals. So Jacob, if you would like to give them their medals. Let's hear it. All right, and one more time for our grand champions in Marvel Rivals, Clearbrook Red.